What would happen if anyone decided to brew a smash beer with Munich malt and a shit ton of Simcoe hops? Let's find out. Hi guys, I'm DrHans and this is DrHans Brewery, my channel about beer and home brewing. Glad you found the way into my channel. So, as I said, what would happen? I always thought that I wanted to do a smash beer with Munich and Simcoe. But I'm always up for an adventure, experimental brewing video. So what would happen if you added like too much Simcoe? Can it be too much Simcoe? Because I have been experimenting with a lot of hops, and Simcoe always felt like a hop to me that you could add a lot of. Why the combo? I don't know really. Just been obsessing my mind that Simcoe and Munich would play good together. What is a smash beer? Smash beer stands for single malt, single hop. So smash. One type of grain and one type of hop. That's the rule for the smash beer. Let's move over to the brew footage. Then we'll come back and pour the beer. I have it here in the kegerator. So let's pour the beer and also run through the recipe. The recipe for a smash beer ain't very complicated, of course, but let's go through the recipe. And the recipe is already up on my Patreon page. In the DrHans recipe book, recipes from videos on the channel and recipes never seen before. And speaking of patrons, roll the patron list. It's a beautiful sunny day and spring is approaching. So this is my Bulldog malt mill. I overshot a bit, so I lost some grains. So, shit happens. I'm just gonna lower it now. And give it a stir. We'll try not to splash more than necessary. Then we'll give it a gentle stir now and hook up the circulation, and then come back in about 15-20 minutes to take the pH and yeah, give it a second stir. Look at that nice crush. Done some modification to the malt mill, so it's gonna last me longer. We'll have to show you that in another video. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any update from the doctor. If your brewing system comes with a bad pump, I do recommend getting a good one as the one I'm using. And yeah, of course, link in the description. So you want to adjust the flow rate from the outside of the pump, so the pump really doesn't go dry. We will last much longer. And yeah, that's good. So I have a top plate I'm gonna place on top as well, just to hold the hose so it doesn't dig a hole in the mash. But as we're coming back in another 15 minutes to give it a second stir, I won't put it there yet. This pH meter, we're pleased with it. It says that it calibrates by itself according to the temperature, but yeah, I want to cool it down to around 20. So I don't trust anything. I find that it works better if you just cool it down, and with that little amount goes very fast to cool a sample down, because the pH meter also takes some time to adjust. If we need to have some 80% lactic acid, that's mjölksyra in Swedish. We're aiming for like 5.5 to 5.2 ish. So 5.4 is in the range. It's best to get an even temperature here. But we don't need to add any more to this. It's 5.3, or maybe it will drop even further, is totally fine. And the reason for pH adjusting are a couple actually, but maybe we could put that as a whole entire theme for another video. Now the hose just riding on top there on the screen, so we don't dig a hole, and yeah, don't want to do any splashing. So the mashing continues. Okay, sparging time. Now set this to boil. I'm gonna start heating up while we're sparging. Set the temperature over boiling temp, usually at 110 C. That's past boiling for you Fahrenheit guys. Now we're just gonna raise this up little by little, so we get like no drippage down there. And also gonna keep a few centimeters on top of sparkling water on top of the grains, about an inch. So I'm monitoring the level there, and with this fantastic device we're pulling up little by little, so we don't have any splashing at all. This is 78 C adjusted to pH of 6, maybe a little bit slower. I'm gonna monitor the pace there. It doesn't really take more time to do it this way, but it is a little bit more work. It's all about trying to brew the best beer you can brew. It's one of the things you could focus on to brew better beers. I have been focusing a lot about don't getting oxygen into my beers after fermentation, and now I'm focusing on not like aerating it before, to further improve my beers. A little bit more. Just so that the bottom of the pipe doesn't go over the wort, so we're always under, so we get no splashing. And yeah, gonna continue this. Guys, have you checked out my Amazon influencer store yet? Where I put out the stuff I use and recommend for brewing and beer serving and filming? Go and check it out. We're almost up to a boil. Yep. And if you're new to my channel, yes, I'm a skimmer, so we're already boiling. This part look nasty, and I want my wort looking good. That's why I skim. So, if you are new to my channel, comment down below. Are you a skimmer? Of course, everyone else can comment also. Skimmer buddies. Gonna print up a t-shirt. Skimmer buddies. Yeah, there are some t-shirts, DrHans Brewery t-shirts to buy. Gonna make some more motifs. If I remember, you'll get a lower third here. Okay, we have been boiling for an hour now, so flame out. And yeah, I'm just gonna let this cool down now to 75°C. You see some cleaning to do meanwhile. Cleaned off the top here. So when we get down to 75°C, I'm gonna add 200 grams of hops, give it a whirlpool without splashing too much, and then just leave it until tomorrow. It's like a piece of art in here. So I'm gonna put the lid on because it's still gonna be pasteurized in temperature. So lid off until it cools down to 75°C. Then I'm gonna add 200 grams of Simcoe. Okay, we're at 80 now. Changed my mind, did some alter calculations. So let's go ahead and add 200 grams of Simcoe. No problem really, got scared anyway. But we're at 80 degrees, so we're 4 over pasteurizing temperature. Okay, that was 200 grams of Simcoe. Okay, now it's really starting to smell good. Okay, so whirlpooling is done. Transferring over to the fermenter, and try to get your yeast into the wort as soon as possible before aeration. 2 packs of rehydrated US-05. Giving it a 1-minute blast of oxygen. The hose going into a 0.5 micron oxygen stone. 2.4 bars. That's about 35 psi. That's as much as the Fermentasaurus can take. All or nothing. I will carry this down and pressurize it again, because someone will get into the liquid. Temperature probe is taped to the side and insulated. Attach the Spundit. Goes down into the thermometer. Gonna start this at 25°C, but we are a little bit cold. Not cold, not too cold, but I wanna like crank this. And the way I dial this in with the thermometer is that I open it until I start to see bubbling in the thermometer, and then I just close it until it stops again. Sorry, bad filming. Okay, we're bubbling. And stopped bubbling. About 22 liters, so a little bit under, but I did hit a little higher OG than expected, so we had a little more boil off. So still dropping, but I have 2 heat elements in here. We'll soon get up to temp, but of course it takes a little time because 22 liters of wort is quite a mass. So, but we will be fine, and it will be beer. Next morning we're up to temp, and let's see if something happening. Yes, fermentation has kicked in, stuff is moving. Nice. It's time to dry hop the smash beer. It's not high Krausen anymore, so maybe we should have done it yesterday, but it was just the first day. So now I'm gonna release the pressure, and as you see, beer will start to foam up as this is carbonated. So, smells fantastic. What I want to do is to calm the beer down. And I have tried to like open it and be quick, but yeah, that's very risky. Don't know if I released that video yet when things just went crazy. Today it seems like we could have been fine. We're releasing in pressure. I think we're fine. Still sitting at 25 degrees Celsius. Gonna dry hop it this time with 100 grams of Simcoe. Smells awesome, by the way. We are 2 days into fermentation now. Try to get all of this in here. Okay, 100 grams of Simcoe. Put this back. The cool thing with dry hopping carbonated beers like this, that you will get almost no oxygen out because there's such a push here from the beer. If I were to pressurize this now, let's see if you can see it, the hops floating here would sink down to the bottom. See, we have some pressure already. This is very hard. Pressure going up. Nice. 4 psi already. 1 hour later, after first dry hop, let's check it out. 1 bar of pressure already. Didn't put any pressure on this, so 1 bar of pressure already. The hops are still floating nicely. Morning after the dry hop, and we have some activity here in the thermometer, and hop still floating. Let's see what happens if we stir this up a bit. Yeah, see, now we starting to sink down. Day 3, so we're doing the second dry hop. Oops. Don't trust the numbers, this is under pressure. Good amount of pressure, and we still have activity in there. You can see in the bottom there. So it's a good time. Let's see what happens if we stir this up a bit. They're sinking! This is gonna be interesting. Let's remove the Spundit. Gonna dry hop it with another 100 grams of Simcoe. 100 grams, it's about 3 ounces. So totally 6 ounces for dry hopping and 6 ounces for the steeping in this beer. Okay, so smells nice. Look at her go. Woohoo! Okay. So that should mix the hops around. It also should like allow the yeast back up, because it's going like crazy in there. So we want to remove the pressure and want the beer to settle a bit, because we still can't open it. Okay, we're there. Let's do this. Let's try to open it up. Whoops. Okay. She's open. Is it a gal? Of course it is. Okay. Hops are in. I won't pressurize it now. Instead, we're gonna raise the temp up to something crazy. How about 30? US-05 at 30. Why not? The reason why I don't want to pressurize this now is that I actually don't want all of the hops sinking to the bottom. 3 hours after second dry hopping, and we're at half a bar. Nice. Temperature going up, so we're getting some natural pressure back on it, so I won't pressurize it now. Okay, the evening after second dry hop, still at 30, 29.8 C to be exactly. Okay, let's check it out. You can see now that we are at 20 psi. So let's shake this up a bit, because it's time to sink them down, but I will leave it. Yeah, let's leave it for another day. It's Thursday. If I should cold crush it now, I could taste it on Friday, but it's gonna be on Saturday instead. Next morning, we are at 30 degrees. I need a new tripod. There's always something you need. Love it. Okay, so interesting. We have now 1 bar of pressure. So nice. And of course, also temperature would bump up the pressure, but the idea is to bump up the temperature in the end to tell the yeast to finish off. I'm gonna let this sit for at least until tonight, and then I will decide if I will let it sit for another day or cold crash it. Rolling. Okay, day number 5, and it's time for the cold crashing. Let's decide the beer is ready. Been having a steady FG for 2 whole days. We could actually put even some more pressure on it, because when we're cooling the beer down, of course we'll lose some pressure. So like 2.3 bars. We don't need the Spundit valve anymore. Let's set this to 0.5 degrees Celsius. There you have it. Next time it should be tasting. Okay, so that was the brew footage, Spiegelei IPA glass. Also found that in my Amazon influencer store. Let's pour the beer. Okay, so it has cleared up nicely. Did you see that? It's a trick we can do when we pour from the keg. So it's a little bit darker there on camera than in real life. I have some new photo lights. Also up on the Amazon store front. Yeah, so there you can see more of the color of the actual beer. Dark orange, good looking beer, has slightly haze. We have a 2-finger fluffy head. 400 grams of Simcoe in this one. Gonna have a look at the recipe soon. And yeah, recipes already up in the Dr. Hans recipe book at my Patreon site in the Hoppy Beer Pale Ale section. Okay, so we have some biscuity notes. Bread biscuit, I guess it's from the Munich malt. Peach, almost like a canned peach flavor to it. Mango, I guess it's more just like tropical fruits really. Do get like Also the Mosaic side note to it, which I really haven't noticed in Simcoe hops before, but Mosaic is related to Simcoe. Yeah, I do get like the canned fruits. Okay, cheers guys, let's dive in. It's quite dry beer, but it do have some malt backbone to it, so there are some sweetness there even though it's dry, sorry. The aroma, it's very close to the taste. There's some malty richness with some fruits, some canned fruits. I'm thinking canned peaches and a mango, and you do get like the Mosaic. Peaches can also come from US-05. I've learned that the hard way when I started brewing and used US-05 a lot. I think Munich works very well in a smash beer. Let's have a look at the recipe. So the Munich Simcoe smash I used, and this is like a 22-liter batch size, because I think I had more boil off than I counted for really. I used 5 kilos of Munich malt. My normal efficiency is 78. If I'm not doing like a sticky beer, like a wheat beer or something stupid experiment. By the way, have you checked out my pasta beer experiment? Can you brew a beer with pasta? Do check it out of this one. I will put a link down below. Never brew with pasta, guys. Back to the recipe. 5 kilos of Munich. That's 100%, of course, it's smash beer. Then I added 200 grams of Simcoe at 80°C. This was a no chill, so I chilled down to 80°C and just let it sit for tomorrow, or not tomorrow, the next day. Double dry hopped. Dry hop at day 2, 100 grams Simcoe. Dry hop at day 3, 100 grams Simcoe. This was done in a few days, so I cold crashed it at day 5. I fermented this beer under pressure in the Fermentasaurus, and yeah, it goes really fast. Started this as 25°C, which is quite hot. Ended it at 30°C. Fermented it over 2 bars. OG 1053. I aimed for 1051, but I did have a little bit more boil off. FG 1007. So that gives us an ABV of 6.1%. So I mashed it at 63°C to start with. Then I gave it a slow rise up over 75 minutes to 75, 76, yeah, C for mash out. Mashed that at 10 minutes, boil it for an hour, cool it down cool it down to 80. Didn't cool it down. I think I just let it sit and cool down to 80. Added the hops, did a whirlpool, and let it sit overnight. Moved it over to the Fermentasaurus, pitch 2 packs of US-05 dehydrated yeast, let it ferment for a day. Did the first dry hop, did the second dry hop day after. On day 5 was ready. On day 4, sorry, it was ready. Left it for another day. Cold crashed it, kegged it, drank it, and here it is. Have you ever brewed a smash beer? Comment down below. What's your best smash beer? If you're new to this channel, consider becoming a subscriber and smash that bell. If you're already a subscriber, also double check so you have smashed the bell, because if you don't have smashed the bell, YouTube won't promote all my videos to you and you don't get to decide if you want to watch them or not. It's a YouTube thingy. I always thought that maybe it was enough to subscribe to someone, but you could be losing out a lot of stupid videos. So the reason I'm bitching about this is actually because If YouTube won't show my subscriber my videos, I have to make videos that people want to watch, and then I can't make stupid experimental videos because nobody gets to see them really. Do you get the drift? If everyone who wants to make YouTube videos have to make the videos that have a chance to go viral, no one can take any chances. And I want to take chances. Please guys, consider becoming a subscriber and do check so you hit that little bell also. And of course, thumbs up really helps a long way. And if you think I'm just a mad Swedish brewer, double tap on the dislike button. So cheers guys, and thanks for watching. DrHans out.